Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Drawesome Gaming. This week we're going to be talking about some of the baddest of the baddies, but some of the most well-known as well. You see a lot of retro enemies in many different iterations of Mario, but today we're going to be talking about the adversaries of Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. My first enemy needs almost no introduction. Goombas are the squishiest of enemies and fairly common as well. But did you know the first game that featured these enemies with wings was Super Mario World? Before that, all they could do was waddle towards you menacingly. But with wings, the possibilities are endless! Okay, they only go up and down or jump and flutter, but it wasn't until they had wings that I realized how angelic they are. I mean, look at them. They're little poopy angels. The next enemy we're gonna doodle today is the one that seems the most out of place in the Mario franchise, the Chargin' Chuck. This sportswear-clad bub has a few different chucks up his sleeve. There are other variations like the Spittin' Chuck and the Whistlin' Chuck, but my personal favorite is the Clappin' Chuck. His objective is to jump as high as Mario to keep him from jumping over him. He claps at the apex of his jump just to deal damage. This Chuck claps back. Sorry, not sorry for that joke. Up next, we have another enemy first introduced in Super Mario World. The bad boss of the Monty Moles, the Mega Mole. This sly guy only appears underground and stands out from the rest as a mode of transportation? Seriously, you actually can't complete certain levels without riding on their heads. They're actually not aggressive, they just kind of waddle back and forth grooving to their own beat. In fact, you could probably beat the level without killing a single Mega Mole. They're just minding their own cool business. Let's talk about an enemy that may be even more powerful than King Koopa himself. If only for the fact that they're almost entirely invincible. The only way you can beat them is with invincibility. You may not even see them as an enemy, they're so nefarious. The little Sparkys. If the god of timing is not on your side, you will find yourself an electrocuted or burnt booty. These guys cycle around ledges just waiting for you to slip up. Here they are. The nemesis of my early days as a gamer, the Cheep Cheep. Don't let their cute name or appearance fool you. The Cheep Cheeps are flippin' hardcore. Okay, well, maybe it was just me and the way I remember things, but Cheep Cheeps are always the enemy I'd forget as I was running along. Here they'd come, popping out of the water, knocking me off ledges. What's even worse is when you were in mid-jump over a body of water and they get ya. The Cheep Cheeps are the terror of the deeps. Well, that does it for this week's episode of Drawesome Gaming. A super big giant thank you to all my Patreon supporters. If you'd like to become a supporter for a chance at some really awesome goodies, please visit the link in the description. Stay tuned next week for another awesome episode of Drawesome Gaming. Okay, love you, bye!